Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Hedera and Hbar, so let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So, we are going to be starting with this tweet, and then we are going to get into the real juiciness of Hedera. We have found a few things that I do think is very exciting, as well as very interesting around Hedera. So first, shout out to Zepsi, but we do see next week, Fabric Labs, a team building on Hedera and Hbar, will be hosting their first Web3 class for Metaverse curious students from FIT, one of the leading fashion universities globally. Recently, they did announce that they were jumping into the fashion space in the Metaverse. I think that this is a great fit for them. Remember, they are covering it all. I'm just gonna say it. Listen, call it hype, call it, whatever. I think that it's funny when people think that I'm just shilling Hbar all day or whatever. But they are hitting every single corner. They are not just going after the big use cases. They are going after everything. The fashion industry. They're going after the gaming industry. They are tackling every single industry and sector out there possible. And this is not just a small feat. No, this is much bigger. In fact, we do see down here, so excited to lecture at the first FIT course next week. 25 brilliant artists will be building their first NFT projects on Hedera. 25. This is substantial. And this also should provide you an insight on just how big the NFT and Web3 space is going to be, centering it around the metaverse. And fashion is a very large market as well. This is very exciting. To me, I think that this really kind of solidifies where we are headed within this market, but also where Hedera is positioned. Like I said, Hedera, listen, I don't like to make broad statements, but Hedera is becoming, the trust layer of Web3. And this, to me, I honestly don't see a day where we're not seeing a major announcement like this within Hedera, where they're innovating further beyond the means of every single use case that we've seen in this market. Like, seeing diverse use cases like this and sectors being disrupted only gives me more and more confidence, around my Hbar investment. Also, like I said, to me, it almost looks like Hedera is powering everything at this point, and I'm very excited for the real juicy use cases to go live. I'm tired of hearing the talks, but trust me when I say that all of these are big. When they do go live, it is going to change the entire landscape for Hedera. And I know that we've been waiting patiently. I am fine waiting a little bit longer to see these morph into reality. Shout out to Hbar to the moon, but we do see enterprise network effects are coming to Hedera. Toko Network, thousands of companies tokenizing, buying, selling, and trading even assets as well. ServiceNow, thousands of companies tracking their workflows. Also, I do think that this will lead to automated workflows at some point in time digitally. I think that is going to be substantial. A lot of these use cases on here, like these three by themselves, are going to provide immense amount of transactional volume. We do see Avery Dennison's Atma.io, thousands of brands tracking product supply chains. The Coupon Bureau, thousands of brands issuing their coupons and also customer offerings through the A18112 coupon standard on Hedera. Standard Bank ZA and Shinhan Bank ENG banks all over the world will use Hedera for cross-border stablecoin remittances. Just a few massive use cases. And this actually leads me to my next one that I do want to talk to you guys about. We're going to get into that in a second, but I really just want to say, all of these use cases are well worth the wait. This is proof. First off, this is 100% proof that when you look at what Hedera is doing, they are not here for the nonsense. Listen, I understand that we have been waiting for a while for these to morph into reality. They take time. These are not your small little garbage use cases that we're used to seeing on every single other, pumped up layer 1 network that's going to be the next big thing, the future, whatever. No, these are actual high tier demanding TPS use cases. And I know that we've been waiting a while. Trust me. Do I get frustrated here and there? 100%. I think that Hedera, it's the idea of knowing that Hedera is the future when the price is not reflecting it. You're not seeing everyone being excited about Hedera. So, it's easy to get frustrated. But seeing things like this and then seeing this over here is substantial. And what am I talking about with this? Well, this is from the Acceleration Economy website, and we do see Hedera delivers transparency for next generation supply chains. This was back in March 31st of this year. And this is a 2-minute long video. I'm gonna listen closely to this with you guys. Just listen to what he's saying here. This is Mance Harmon. Of course, you guys know who he is, but listen closely. One second. I don't believe that the audio is playing, so one second. All right, I think I got it to work, so please just bear with me if the audio is a little bit off. It's just like kind of weird right now on this website, so but listen closely. It's about 2 minutes long, and yeah, let's just jump into it. Okay, so let me see if this works. One second. Okay.
Soon, products and services throughout the world economy will be tokenized. We will live in a tokenized world. But to realize this vision, next generation supply chains are going to require high throughput, encrypted content, trusted timestamps and transaction ordering, fast finality on transactions, and an immutable, verifiable, and auditable log of events, all of which DLT, and Hedera in particular, can provide. For example, Atma.io is a connected product cloud service by Avery Dennison. It's a platform that unlocks the power of connected products by assigning unique digital identities to everyday items, providing unparalleled end-to-end transparency by tracking, storing, and managing all the events associated with each product, all the way from source to consumer and beyond, enabling circularity, and it runs on Hedera. Another example is Everywhere, a company that produces smart sensors which track, among other things, the storage of temperature-sensitive items like blood or vaccines and other medical supplies. With constant 24/7 temperature recordings, hospital staff are able to more accurately and safely perform blood transfusions and administer vaccines. With multiple interested parties that participate in the cold storage supply chain, Everywhere is using Hedera's DLT to store the temperature recordings, providing all those parties transparency and certainty that temperature thresholds have not been exceeded. Hedera enables them everywhere to function across the medical supply chain without a centralized database that can be tampered with.
And I do apologize for that video being a little bit choppy and the audio being a little bit behind. It's just because like I had to download the audio just because I don't know why there wasn't a volume tab there, but it does prove where Hedera is centered within supply chains. Now, why is this even a big deal? Why are we even talking about this? Well, we go over to ONZ's website, and I know that a lot of people say that I say it wrong, ANZ, NZ, whatever. We do see, trade and supply chain, and this is a leading trade and supply chain bank in Australia and also New Zealand, and an award-winning business. We provide trade finance and supply chain solutions that help businesses manage risk, improve liquidity, and even support a deepening of customer relationships. Our proud heritage dates back to more than 185 years. Now, when we really kind of look at this, you can see their reputation. They are, on the ground trade and supply chain teams in 32 countries, including 13 markets across Asia, and product risk management service and operations provided via a single global platform. And our solutions down here, they do mention a few of them, trade electronic banking solutions, supply chain finance, all that kind of stuff. Now, why am I talking about this? Well, when we look down here, they did partner with Carlsberg, India to implement a digital payable financing program designed to provide better value financing terms and reduce cash to conversion cycles. But recently, we have been seeing a little bit of a push from NZ with Hedera. And I think that this is substantial. I think that this should provide you an insight on where they are really kind of looking at with Hedera use cases. And recently, on August 23rd, 2022, this is not, too long after this post here, which I believe that this was, I don't believe that they give us an insight on this when this was posted, but I know that this was before this article. And we do see the transformative impact of the pandemic continues to be felt in the form of a rapidly increasing rate of digitization and customer expectations, but where specifically are companies seeking the best return on their investment in innovation. And this is, of course, digitizing and greening global supply chains. This is off of Blue Notes from nz.com. That's right, the same exact website that this one was posted on. And we do see down here, almost 1 in 3 large corporates globally fail to nominate any bank as a leader for supply chain funding sustainability. Now, when we really kind of look down here, a few things that I'm really kind of watching for is DLT adoption. They do mention a few things. For example, we do see, according to East and Partners' latest Global Insight report, digitizing and greening global supply chains, a mere 2% of chief financial officers and corporate treasurers have failed to implement technology or rolled out planning tools such as cloud computing to improve resilience and efficiency in their supply chain, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, blockchain/DLT as well. Now, most of these enterprises are based in the Asia region, and they even talk about digital technologies to improve resilience and efficiency in their supply chain. But also importantly, what is the most important digital functionality supply chain partners have requested but do not currently have access to? Well, we do see they are looking at a few things. So one, this quote here is substantial because it really kind of provides what they are trying to do, what they're trying to innovate with. And it is, we're getting a lot of demand for a receivable financing platform to help digitize what are stretched shipment/delivery times and late payments happening as a result. Actively looking at getting something in place for our partners by year's end, but it needs to be fully digitized. Opportunities in sustainable finance as well. They're talking about ESG, supply chain sustainability. I wonder who they could use here. And we do see the incentive is more than simply retaining or acquiring new commercial banking customers. Corporate treasurers are switching in their event their bank cannot support their ambitious sustainable financing implementation plans across their own operations and up and down their complex cross-border supply chain partners. So, banks are not providing insights here. They're not providing, things that are innovative. So, NZ sees this. They are working with Hedera already. Now, I don't believe that Hedera is mentioned at all in this. Yeah, so Hedera is not mentioned at all in this article, but I did think it was interesting to see them talking about global supply chain, innovation and, really kind of just disrupting this because a lot of these have issues. Visibility is a big thing, tracking and tracing, but sustainability, streamlining things as well. Having something that could fully innovate here through something like DLT, which they do mention DLT here, multiple times. Of course, they do mention a few other ones too. But I do think that DLT will be the big one. And the reason why I bring this up and the reason why I focus on this is because they're already working with Hedera on a few use cases with their, CBDC or their digital AUSD. But I think that this is an area that they should be focusing on as well because Hedera has been working on supply chain for a while. They have been innovating further within this. A few of the ones that they are mentioning here is the next generation view of high throughput, encrypted content, trusted timestamps and transaction ordering, fast finality on transactions, and a verifiable and audible log of events. All 5 of these really kind of hit the T on what is needed from the supply chain area. Supply chain is a nightmare right now. There's a ton of issues within it. But also, when you actually look at this, right, there is going to be a lot of focus on Atma.io for this. And going back to this tweet with HBAR to the moon, when we look at Atma.io, this is through Avery Dennison, thousands of brands tracking product supply chains. This is going to be the biggest innovation here yet. But ANZ, which is a leading bank in Australia, which Hedera has made a ton of noise in, I would argue that they will choose Hedera for their supply chain. Why? It just makes sense. Let me know what you guys think about that, though, down in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. me personally, I think all the connections kind of line up. DLT is going to be the future here, and Hedera has been the leading enterprise DLT for a while, and they have been working on a ton of supply chain innovation for a while now. They are not, a new player within this market, so to me, they would be the perfect fit. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.